inside of my home on the third night. As I await for morning, I will continue digging down into the earth in the hopes that I'll be able to find something that I'll be able to put to use. As I dig, I can hear the sounds of one of those zombies nearby. I continue to dig towards it in the hopes that there may be something there that I can use to help my search for civilization and survival. It appears as if I have found some sort of chamber underneath this island. I will continue and explore. Chamber appears to contain a good amount of coal that I may be able to make into more torches and use. Oh, I've found the zombie. It appears as if he was just waiting for me. I bested him, no problem. Oh, and it appears that I've also found some iron. I know that I can put that to use. I'm just going to have to hope that there is a good amount of iron, more than I see just by looking at it. No, unfortunately, there is nothing more here than just what it looks like. It's just a little hole in the ground with a lake in it. But this iron has given me hope. I'm going to continue digging until daylight hits. I think I'm going to make my home a little bit more easy to move around in. With stairs. Alright, now I can get up and down in this place without any worry at all. Iron. More iron. My hopes are once again brought up. This iron will be very useful in my survival. I fear that I'm going to have to return to the surface and make more torches soon. Luckily, I've been picking up a good amount of coal down here, so that I will be able to use them to light my way deeper into the earth in the hopes of finding even more resources that I can use to survive. Once I feel like it will be safe for me to venture farther into the world, I will take some of the wood that I've gathered and construct a boat. But I don't feel like it's safe for me yet, because I haven't finished exploring everything around me. And I do hope to find more resources to possibly build myself some armor to help me survive in the unknown world beyond the horizon. appears to be morning on day 4. I've spent the entire night digging into the earth in the hopes... A creeper! No! I'm cornered. I have nowhere to go but attack. I hope that I can destroy this foul monster. And I did. I was able to destroy him without him being able to explode on me. Appears my crops have not finished growing yet, but luckily at this point I'm not very hungry, as I was able to fish all day yesterday, and I have much food left over. The trees that I've planted have grown very well. I will not be wanting for wood anytime soon. I have now made myself more torches, and I will begin the process of heading back down into my hole in the earth, hoping to go deeper to be able to find something, anything that I can use to help me survive. So far, I have found but a few pieces of iron that will help keep me safe, but it's just not enough in this cold, dangerous world full of nothing but monsters. What is this? Appears I have found some unusual red substance. I fear that the pickaxe that I'm using will not be sufficient to dig that out without just completely destroying it. So I'm going to head back up to the surface to get some of the iron that I left smelting to craft better tools. There we are. I will hold on to the rest of the iron until later. No, I will use the iron to craft a helmet to help give me some protection against the monsters I may come across digging into the earth. This stone appears to have given me some kind of unusual dust. I feel I may be able to use this to help me make devices to survive. This iron pickaxe is a great tool, but I feel it necessary to save its use until I find something that I feel I will need to use it on. I don't want to waste it unless I find some more of that redstone like this, and other things that I can only collect without breaking. I have found myself as far as I can dig. I'm at a level where the stone beneath me is made of such dense material that I don't feel any of my tools would be able to break through it, and I don't want to risk damaging them in such a way to make them irreparable. I have gone as far down as I can possibly venture, and found very little that I can actually use. I feel that my digging is too random. I need to come up with some sort of strategy to find these materials that I'm going to need to survive. I must come up with a new way. I know there must be other things in the world that I can do. I feel I may need to just explore. I'm going to build a boat. I'm going to visit other lands, sail around in the hopes of being able to find something, anything. I have crafted myself a boat, and I will set sail to explore the areas nearby. In the hopes that there may be something in the distance that I have been unable to find. I choose to sail towards the sunset because it is easier to know which way is back to my home. The fourth night has arrived as the sun sets. I have been sailing for a quarter of a day, come across nothing but a single tiny island that had nothing on it that would be of any use at all. The water here is so blue and clear. I find it somewhat mesmerizing as I sail on in hopes of finding anything. After sailing for nearly half the night, I came across another island. This one had animals on it, but there were also monsters. In the distance I saw more land. Was it possible that I had found the mainland? Might I be able to make my home here? More land appeared in the distance as the fog let up. It was an amazing sight. I slowly made my way towards the land, careful to avoid being seen by the skeletons. It had taken me nearly half the night to get here, but it appeared that I finally would find some place I could truly make a home. There still didn't appear to be any trees growing nearby, so I continued moving along past the larger island so that I could make sure whether or not I could set up here or if I would have to go back. Ah, a tree! Excellent. This would become my new home. Everything I had already made, I'm going to leave behind. That was close. That creeper saw me, but I was able to get away from him before it was too late. This place would be my new home. I was determined to find more people. And this small island here appeared as if it could work as a nice refuge from the monsters on the mainland. I quickly went about lighting it up so as to hopefully keep the monsters at bay. As the night wore on, I felt restless. I ventured out after the nearby sheep in hopes of collecting some wool from them so that I could craft myself a comfortable bed. I had killed a few sheep and collected enough wool for what I would hope to allow me to craft a comfortable bed as the sun arose on day 5. As day approached, I headed over towards the mainland to collect more wood. I had a very limited supply, but I was hoping to be able to get a lot more so that I would be able to build myself a small place to live in peace away from the monsters of the outside world. Looking around the world during the day, I was amazed at what I saw. After finding myself alone on a deserted island, what felt like an eternity ago, I look out on the horizon and I see land everywhere. It fills me with joy. I have decided I will build my home here. I begin to level off a small area so that I will be able to build As the day wears on, I have run out of wood in creating my home. So I venture out, looking for more trees in the distance, in the hopes of being able to collect the wood and bring it back before night falls. As I venture, I see more and more wild animals, and it brings a smile to my face knowing that I am finally not alone. But where are all the people? I've seen no signs of anyone except for the monsters. As I was out gathering more wood, I came across what appeared to be a natural ravine in the land and decided to collect more resources to replenish those that I left behind on the original island. I found a very nice vein of coal, and upon peering down into the cavernous ravine, I also spotted some iron. I feel that I will have to go down and explore this ravine more, find any sort of resources that I might be able to use to help my survival. As the sun begins to set behind the mountain near my new home, I take the time to say my thanks to the gods as I begin to fill my belly with the wonderful fish that they provided for me. I was able to finish my home just in time before the sun set. I will have a safe night in my new look. As I awake on day 6, I carefully open up my door and peer around outside in search of monsters, and see none. I venture forth looking for more wood, as I had used most of it in crafting my new house. The trees that I had planted the day before were able to grow and supply me with more wood. I carefully crafted myself a new hoe to replace the one that I left behind, and set about planting some of the seeds that I had gathered since I first arrived to need another. I was going to garden to sustain myself here. As I waited for them to grow, I felt the urge to explore the nearby cavern, knowing that natural caves were one of the best sources for raw materials that I could use to improve my living conditions. I had to be careful though, as it appeared that it was also a type of environments where the monsters preferred to live. This cave seemed perfect, full of more coal that I was going to need. After collecting the coal from the cave, I headed back to my house. I had also collected enough cobblestone to build myself another crude furnace, and I decided today I would work on improving my house. It was not safe exiting it in the mornings. I needed some windows so that I could see. So I gathered sand, turned into glass, so that I would be able to see what was outside before venturing forth. Took the sand and placed it in my furnace and let it cook. While the sand is cooking, I begin preparing the location of where I'm going to be putting these windows. I will only have a few pieces of glass for the time being to place, but that is all that I'm going to need. I can now see out better when exiting the house. Once the sand had finished cooking, I placed it in my house to give me a better view of the surrounding area. I then crafted another chest to store the precious items that I had that I didn't need to keep on me at all times, but that I could use later. I figured I had enough materials to expand my small wheat farm, and I would be able to make more bread. As the sun set, I gazed upon my little garden, which I built a fence around to protect it, and I made myself a nice cozy little home that I would be able to call my own. as I watched the sun set over the horizon through my newly formed windows, I went to sleep contented at the end of the 6th day.